All right, guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about expressions, okay? Pretty easy. You're going to need graphic organizer number 1. You're going to do on the first side. I think it's the only side, maybe, possibly, not really sure. Your objective for the day is very simple. You should be able to write algebraic expressions using addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Once again, you need to be able to write an algebraic expression. Algebraic means it's going to use variables. That's really important to us, okay? Graphic organizer 1, get it, let's go. All right. Next, an expression. What in the world is it? You need this for your graphic organizer. An expression is not an equation. It's very important. It's not an equation because it does not have an equal sign. So you need to be very careful. If you ask you to write an expression, especially on I-STEP, it says either an expression or equation. You got to be careful. Okay, if you write the wrong one, you don't get points. Writing an expression means you do not use an equal sign. Okay, there's two types of expressions. There is a numerical expression and an algebraic expression. If you see the difference, the numerical expression only has numbers. All right, you can see that. I'm going to just highlight it right here. Okay, it only has numbers. An algebraic one has numbers, operations, and symbols. Okay, or variables. Okay, notice it has the x. That's a variable. Okay, numerical only has the operation sign and numbers. That's all it is. Plain and simple. Let's move on. Okay. Notice once again, there's no equal signs in these expressions. That's why they're not an equation. All right, next one. A numerical expression, like I just said, contains only numbers and symbols, no letters. All right, so 5 times 3 plus 8. 5 times 3 plus 8, there is no variable, so it's a numerical expression. All right, next one. Now, an algebraic expression, like I just said, includes numbers, symbols, and variables. A variable is a letter that represents an unknown. Okay, so the product of 3 and x. Notice the product means multiply, 3 and x is the variable. So that makes it an algebraic expression. Those are the ones that we're going to be working with the most today. All right, so once again, what's a variable? Well, a variable is very simple. A variable, it just represents an unknown value. So it's an unknown. We don't know what the value is, but it does have some sort of value. For example, in number 1, 4 plus x. X is the unknown. You might even see a variable that just is a question mark. You can use a question mark. Okay? You can use the letter y. Or sometimes you can even see it as a smiley face, but we're not going to use that because that's really elementary. We're going to try to use x, y, some kind of letter. All right? And it can be any letter of the alphabet since it represents an unknown, but generally Mr. Williams tries to stay away from T's because they look like plus signs, and I sometimes try to stay away from X's if your X's look like a multiplication symbol. So just letting you know. All right, moving on. In order to translate a word phrase into an algebraic expression, we need to know some key word phrases for basic operations. Now, you've seen some of these words, but we're going to really dive deep into them right now. So these words need to be written down on this graphic organizer. Okay? Very, very important right now that you write these exactly as they're written. All right? So, in your notes in this particular section, on graphic organizer number 1, it talks about addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Inside those boxes, we're going to start writing some. We're going to start with addition. Okay? So some phrases that mean addition. All right. Very simple. More than. Increase by. Greater than. Add. Total. And plus. Okay? That's it for addition. Oh, wait, there's also the sum. We can't forget about that one. That's one of them that we really need to know. So these ones, you need to have them written down. Okay, these are all the addition phrases. Make sure you've got them in your notes. All right, and then we're going to give you an example. For an example for an addition phrase, 3 more than x. So 3 more than x, the sum of 10 and a number c, okay, and also a number n increased by 4.5. All we're saying, guys, write one of those down as an example. That's it. We're moving on. Let's do the subtraction phrases. Go quick. Okay? Decreased by. Difference between. Take away. Less. Subtract. Less than. Subtract from. Okay? Those two. You see that? Less than and subtract from. And we need to take away. We need one more. Okay? You need to write this one in for me. Okay? One more in there. Take away from. And this one needs the star next to it, just like these other ones. Notice that we have these stars. Those stars are really, really important. Okay, so make sure you have them in your notes, and then I'm going to tell you what that is in just a few minutes. Okay, so once again, these are subtraction ones. Those stars are really, really important. All right, so make sure you got that list down for subtraction. We're going to give you an example. All right, so our example for this one is a number decreased by 4. Or the difference between 10 and a number y, or 6 less than a number z. All right, 6 less than a number z. All right, those are your examples. Let's move on. All right, so the star. That star that we just talked about. When you see the star symbol in your notes, it means that you actually have to write the variable first. Okay? So what happens is it changes the order of how you write things down. So for example, you saw in there maybe 6 less than x. 6 less than x. Well, what happens is the star makes the variable and the number flip sides because you're taking 6 from x. So because of that, the x has to come first. So it's going to be x less than means subtract and 6. And this is how you would write it. So you have to be very careful. Okay? The difference between that is 6 minus x is just simply written 6 minus x. Okay? But you're taking, with the star, they have to be flipped. So it's really important that you have that star down and that you know that it flips the variable and the number. Okay? We're going to show you a bunch of those in a few minutes. All right, moving on. Okay? Multiplication phrases. Okay? We've got product, times, multiply, of. Remember of means multiply. Got to remember that one. Twice or double, triple. Okay? All of those. Okay? Hopefully you got those written down. Moving on. Okay? Okay. So, example, the product of 3 and a number t. You could also have twice the number x, or 4 2/10 times a number e. Notice we have times and twice and product. All of those words mean we're going to multiply. Okay? So, here's your example for multiplication. The product of 5 and a number c. Okay? You also have 7 times a number t, or 6 multiplied by a number d. Okay? Now, there's a rule. Notice it says multiplication. The rule for writing multiplication expressions is up top. The placement rule for multiplication is that you always write the variable after the number. So you notice that it says the product of 5 and a number c. You'll see that we wrote the number first on all of those. Okay? You'll see that it's 5c, 7t, 6d. Okay? The number has to come first in multiplying. You do not do it like this. You don't do it like this, D7. We don't do that. All right? We're not playing bingo. All right? You always put the number in front of it. Okay? Let's move on. Division phrases, important. Okay? Let's go fast. We have quotient, divide, divided by, split equally. Every once in a while we might have another one. I'll come up with them later. We might add to your list, but you need those 4. Definitely need those 4, okay? Quotient, divide, divided by, and split equally. All right, here's an example phrase. The quotient of 25 and a number b, the number y divided by 2, and finally 2.5 divide g. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we all did that. Remember, if you see the star on any of those, okay, which there should be a star in a couple of them. Let's see. Okay, there should be a star in a couple of them. I'll put them up there later. But like I said, okay, there's your examples. All right, here we go. So this you're going to need. This is going to be worksheet number 1. Okay, and I'm going to be honest with you. It's going to be a little bit hard for you to see, so I'm going to try to open it on my screen. Give me a second. Okay, it's going to happen right here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and open it up. Okay, see if I can. Oh, nope, I'm not going to be able to. So I'm going to be honest with you. We're just going to have to make it big and you're going to have to follow with me. All right, so hopefully you can see this. This is worksheet number 1. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to give you some examples. I'm going to give you free answers. This is a 2-sided worksheet. I'm going to give you a couple of them. All right, now, on the side, okay, on the side, I'm going to be honest with you that on this side, we're going to also see that we're going to need that list that you have. So first off, the first one is 3 subtracted from y. So in order to write the expression, it's really easy. We have 3, that's our number, subtracted from, well, what does that mean? Well, that's subtract, so we know that that means subtract, and y. But this is one of those that has a star next to it, okay? So subtracted from was one of those that has a star, so we need to alternate the variable and the number. So our answer is going to be y minus 3, and that's how you write that. That's all you do. The next one, it says 7 and h, okay? And what operation are we doing? Well, we're adding 7 and h. If you add those together, you're going to get 7 plus h, okay? R minus 4, really easy. You should just be writing r minus 4. Next one, x is added to is an addition, 8x plus 8, okay? And I'm going to do a couple more. 5, this one's a good one. Take away 7. Take away 7, so that's subtract 7 from C. Well, you notice it says take away from. Take away from is one of those that has a star. And because it has a star, that means the variable or the one on the right side has to come first. So the C is going to come first. So this is going to be C minus 7. Okay? 9 less than means subtract, M. But once again, this one had a star, so you need to flip those two around, okay? M minus 9. Remember, less than gets flipped, all right? And the last one, Z divided by 9. Really easy. It's just Z divided by 9. You could also do Z divided by 9, but we like to write them with a fraction bar. So either way, Z divided by 9, and that is a Z, not a 2, okay? It's a Z, not a 2. And finally, I'm done. This video is over. If you need help, let us know. Use your notes. Make sure you pay attention to those stars. You got the rest of this worksheet, if it even is the right one, and you got the back side. You need to write the rest of them. Ladies and gentlemen, good luck.